Hey, so a Sunday, a quiet Sunday. I think that's what was definitely needed. Um, yeah, I'm struggling with this whole sustainability thing. Not not sustainability in terms of you know materials and finances and things like that at this point, but um, just like knowing how much I should do. Maybe should is the wrong word. Maybe there is no should. Um, But in terms of like, it's funny if you've got a 9 to 5, or if you, I guess, run a business with customers and they work certain business hours, or you want to be available certain business hours. You know when you're working, and you know when you're not, or you know when you have to be working. Um, it's quite a difference now, and obviously part of me says, okay, well it's Sunday, don't do anything, have a day off. But the other part of me says, yeah, but isn't that your isn't that your whole life? Of course, it's not what my life is, but it's just more like, what's the difference between the weekend and the weekdays? They now no longer have any real difference as far as I'm concerned. Um, so certainly with, I think I'm pretty much over the cold now, which is great. But certainly with that, having had a number of days where I couldn't really get on with much, there's a big part of my brain that's just going, go, you know, do stuff, get your hands dirty, get on with things. And I don't know. Well, that is, I mean, that is a valid part of my brain, and that is something that's important. Like that is, I need to keep pushing forward. Overall, I just don't have to do it all in one go. I've just got to find that balance. So yeah, but as it's been a wet day, a dreich, as we say up here. And you know what? Honestly, that's the thing that gets me up here. It's not the temperature. It's not the hours of daylight, although the hours of daylight can be a problem. It's the damp. It's just wet and damp. It's like a bloody rainforest. Leave anything outside, it's going to rust really quickly, which is another challenge when you're trying to renovate. Um, where was I going with this? So yes, because it was a dreich day, um, web stuff today. So I'm still trying to keep as many irons in the fire as possible. So I managed to get. There's a site that I've been building for a few months for my local community, bamfandmcduff.co.uk. So I put kind of an initial version of that. Most text provided by ChatGPT, but writing copy for websites. I mean, it's actually just a really good tool. It's about the one thing I use it for. You've obviously got to check that it's right. I mean, I put in some things, and no, it didn't. What did it mention? Certainly some geological features that we don't have. It was fields or something. I would like to see the Banff fields. They sound lovely. But I don't think we've got any, unless the teeny tiny ones. So I got that done. Just doing a lot of kind of tidying up of my web empire. There's a few things that are a bit dated. The design side of it. I think like I'm much more of a coder than a designer, so I do like to revisit the designs and tweak and improve, and you know deal deal with bits and pieces that come up. So no, that I guess that counts as productive. Is that the goal? Is that the goal that I should be after? Should I be saying I need to do, I don't know, 5 points of productivity a day? But then what counts as a point? What counts as productive? Do I say if I fix a bike, that's 1 point, and if I write a blog post, it's half a point, and if I I don't know, plumbing a sink, it's 2 points. Like, what does it really mean? It's got to be, I am taking steps every day of whatever size towards what I want my life to be. So I have to figure that out, but I certainly have medium term goals, as you know, as this is all kind of part of what I'm doing at the moment. So I can keep taking steps towards them. And sometimes those steps are going to be big things, tangible things. Sometimes they're going to be having a mental health day and just saying, do you know what, you're okay today. Doing family things. I do really, really have to keep reminding myself that a big part of this is also allowing for family time, allowing for proper creativity, you know, actually making my own art, building my own things for fun and enjoyment and for potentially for sale, you know. I haven't kind of got my head into that space yet. My head's just purely on get the bothy renovated, keep myself out there with web stuff. And then kind of everything else comes afterwards. But it shouldn't do. It should all be kind of hand in hand. And that is what I'm missing. Sprinkling in the fun with the work. And it's not that I'm not doing it. I think it's just not kind of conscious. Well, I'm not. It's not that I'm not doing anything that I enjoy, but what I'm doing is, you know, having family time, playing computer games with family, you know, watching telly, having nice food, all good things, all really important things. But what else do I want to add to the list? I really want to get back into my carpentry. I've got some very, very good tools. I think at some point I might just take all of my carpentry tools down to the bothy and just, even if it's just for a month or so, just kind of set up a carpentry workshop and just make shit for a month. That'd be so much fun. But then I've got, you know, a place up there for the forge, for the forge being my actual blacksmith forge rather than the forge, the organisation. So I want to get into that. I want to get into all these things. How does anybody do this? Is there anybody that's been able to wrestle this conundrum? Probably not. I think maybe this is just one of the conundrums of life. I guess maybe people who are just really rich and don't have to worry about money, maybe they can do that. Although I've never seen anybody operating a lathe on a super yacht or you know, doing a nice dovetail joint while in their mansion. I guess maybe there's some people that do that. I'm just going to have to keep working on my scheduling. See you tomorrow.